All right, everybody. So the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs is in the books. And we had our game seven between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. And Golden State just handled their business. Houston, younger, bigger, athletic, and a little bit better on the defensive side. But it was the leadership and the championship experience of the Golden State Warriors that came through to give the Dubs a game seven victory. Golden State would win 103-89, and Golden State wins the series 4-3. Buddy Hield was sensational. I mean, just knocking three-pointer after three-pointer. He finished with 33 points. Steph Curry, he contributed when necessary, but Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, I mentioned earlier about the playoff experience, the championship experience of Steph and Draymond, but also the playoff experience of Jimmy Butler, aka Playoff Jimmy, aka Jimmy Buckets. And listen, Golden State, their backs was against the wall. They were up against the ropes, and they took their shots from Houston. As I stated earlier, a team that's younger, more athletic, they're fast, and they play defense. But what hurt Houston in this game seven is that their inability to knock down long distance shots. Fred VanVleet was solid in this game. Amen Thompson was solid in this game, but that was basically it. Alperen Sengun did a decent job in terms of getting rebounds and assists, but it was just too much Golden State, specifically too much Buddy Hield in this game, and he knocked down a three-pointer after three-pointer. He was just sensational. Steph Curry, again, he finished with a double-double. He had 22 points and 10 rebounds. So the contributions from Steph Curry, Draymond Green, also Jimmy Butler, and especially Buddy Hield made the difference as the Golden State Warriors beat the Houston Rockets 103-89, giving them the victory in Game 7. And Houston is eliminated. So now we're done in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs, and now we're on to the second round. And in the Eastern Conference, we've got the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Indiana Pacers. We've got the Boston Celtics going up against the New York Knicks. And then in the Western Conference, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder squaring off against the Denver Nuggets. And we have the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Golden State Warriors. So the Timberwolves, they were waiting on the winner of Golden State and Houston. If Houston would have beaten Golden State, Minnesota would have had to travel to H-Town. But that's not the case. Golden State beats Houston, so now Minnesota has home court throughout this playoffs, throughout this series. And so Golden State will be traveling to Minneapolis. So this should be an interesting series. Really, all of the series are going to be interesting. I mean, Cavs and Pacers should be a surprise. The Celtics and Knicks continuing their fearsome rivalry. Oklahoma City and Denver is going to be an interesting one. OKC, just so good, so consistent all year long. But Denver, just only a few years ago, they won the title. So we'll see with that. And in Minnesota and Golden State beat a higher seed in Houston. Minnesota, they beat a higher seed with the LA Lakers. So it's going to be the small ball of Golden State against the bigs of Minnesota that can stretch the floor and knock down long-range shots. So the 2025 NBA playoffs, the second round is here. It should be a lot of fun, and a lot of storylines will be written. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.